Hello everyone, Dao here. Starting from today, we're going to use a series of videos to introduce all the elemental reactions and their unique mechanics in Genshin Impact. The elemental system in Genshin is very complicated, and many mechanics are well hidden in the game so that they're not presented explicitly to the players. So even if you have been playing the game for a really long time, I believe there is still a lot of information that is undiscovered for you. Understanding the reaction system better can not only help you connect many things that you have experienced and witnessed in the game together, but also it can let you build your teams more wisely and effectively. Since there are so many basic but critical and fun concepts to cover, I'm going to split them into a couple of chapters and explain them in different videos with a lot of examples and in-game footage to help you understand and digest them more easily. In this series of videos, you'll see the basic mechanics of all the existing elemental reactions in the game with step-by-step case studies to verify our theories. You'll also learn a few advanced concepts which can reveal the secrets of some mysterious phenomena that you may or may not have seen in the game. For example, we'll talk about the special coexistence of hydro and electro elements, which is a very special case in the elemental system. We'll explain in detail about the differences between swirl and elemental absorption and fusion for Anemo boys. We will also introduce the shining and chilling frozen element and the mechanic of hidden element in frozen reaction. These concepts can not only help us understand the content within the scope of this series, but also they can give us a smoother transition to the future advanced elemental and combat theories in Genshin. For example, the very important elemental gauge theory, which we will definitely discuss separately in future videos. Also, throughout the course of this set of videos, you can also see a lot of interesting phenomena, include but not limited to Venti swapping the elements on two innocent hilichurls, Kazuha triggering perma-freeze and chilling in a group of puppets, Sukuru swirling hydro elements out of nowhere from a frozen toy robot, and many else. I hope now you're more curious and excited about upcoming chapters for the magical elemental reactions. Without further ado, let's step into the beautiful world of elements in Genshin Impact. Before we dive into the details, I will first show you guys the outline of this video series as an overview. I will use 4 videos to go over all the elemental reactions and most of the basic prerequisites. In the first video, we'll discuss elements and elemental application first to get ready for the next topics. Starting from the next video, we'll go through the major categories of the elemental reactions one at a time. There will also be an epilogue in the final video as a transition to the next series for more advanced Genshin theories. So feel free to subscribe to this channel to get the latest updates. Now let's go ahead and start our first chapter. First things first, we definitely need to know what the elements and elemental application are in the game. Currently in Genshin, there are 7 types of elements: Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, Electro, Anemo, Geo, and Dendro. When a target is affected by a source of an element, the target can be applied with it, and an aura will appear at the top of the target as an indicator, or at the HP bar for bosses and players. This process is called elemental application. The source of the element can be an attack, an environment, or the target itself. Let's then take a look at each case. Attacks. Here, the attack is a generalized concept. It could be in any form: normal attack, charge attack, elemental skill, elemental burst, and many others. In Genshin, most Catalyst users' normal and charge attacks, and Archer's charge attacks can apply elements. as well as most characters' elemental skills and elemental bursts. In the meanwhile, mobs' attacks can also apply elements to the player. Environments. Environments and objects can also apply elements. You have definitely seen this in the game. If you walk into a body of water, you will be applied with hydro. If you stand close to an electro cili, you'll get affected by electro as well. Self-application. Certain mobs and bosses in the game are applied with elements indefinitely by themselves. The most representative ones are slimes and hypostasis. There are also a few characters whose spells can apply elements to themselves and their teammates. For example, the notorious Barbara's E, Beidou's E, Bennett's Q, and many others. Among all the elements, some of them have very interesting and special properties. Next, let's take a look at a few notable ones. First, Anemo and Geo cannot be applied as initial elements. This means Anemo and Geo cannot be applied as the first element on a target when no other element is pre-applied, but can only be used as triggering elements to proc reactions. Let's take a look at the following clip. Now, we're starting an experiment with a Ruin Guard. First, we'll use Zhongli's Hold E, which can deal multiple segments of Geo damage. You can see the initial Geo damage from both his E and his Stili's construction hit the Ruin Guard. But we cannot find any Geo aura on the target. Then we switch to Sucrose. Her normal attack is infused with Anemo. But after several normal attacks, still no Anemo elements get applied on the Ruin Guard either. This can verify the fact that Anemo and Geo elements cannot be applied initially on a target. Next, we switch to Ganyu. Ganyu's charge attack can apply Cryo. After this shot, we can see the Cryo aura on top of the Ruin Guard, which means the Cryo element is applied successfully. Right after this happens, you can see the resonance of Zhongli's Stili hit the Ruin Guard again, and this time, the Geo element is applied and it successfully triggers the crystallized reaction. Let's do it again with Sucrose. Ganyu applies Cryo with her charge attack. Then, we switch Sucrose in and her normal attack this time successfully applies Anemo on the target and triggers Swirl. But there are also a few exceptions. For example, Anemo Hypostasis is always self-applied with Anemo, so we can use other elements to trigger Swirl on it. Geo Hypostasis along with large Geo Slime and Stoneheart Lava Churl with shields on are always applied with Geo. But they are more special as we cannot trigger Crystallize on them with other elements. We will extend these parts when we specifically talk about Swirl and Crystallize in the future videos. Second, if a target is applied with Cryo, then it will be in Cryo status. Its overall animation speed will be reduced. Here, I mention animation speed because the speed of the entire character model will be reduced. And this affects both movement speed and attack speed. Let's check out this clip. Now Zhongli is in Cryo status, so he's running at a slow speed. After the Cryo elements wear off, you can see Zhongli run at a normal speed, which is faster. Next, let me use Yuumi's whole set of normal attacks to show you the attack speed difference. The Yuumiya on the left is applied with Cryo. The one on the right is in a normal status. Both start attacking at the same time. And you can see the Yuumiya on the left takes longer to finish her whole set of normal attacks. Now, I hope you've got some basic understandings of the element and elemental application in the game. Starting from the next video, we'll be officially talking about the elemental reactions in Genshin, which will bring a lot more interesting combinations and variations. We will fully focus on amplifying reactions in the next video, and I will do more frame-by-frame analysis on in-game samples to go through everything you need to know about the amplifying reactions. If you find this video helpful, feel free to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe to my channels for more hardcore Genshin guides. Stay tuned and see you guys in the next video. Bye!